Mary Kay says Browns Kevin Stefanski will consider giving up play calling to offensive coordinator Tommy Rees and other changes during the bye. Injury updates, Quinshon Judkins, and much, much more. Now, I'm going to play this video clip and let you guys see why I feel like Tommy Rees, along with Shedeur Sanders, could potentially be in play.
I got treatment out here. I can't be I got to get ready. Big ready.
Cleveland has officially exploded into full-blown chaos. Reports coming out of the Browns facility have confirmed what many had been fearing for weeks. Shedeur Sanders has demanded a trade, and the aftermath is tearing the organization apart from the inside out. According to multiple league insiders, the rookie quarterback confronted head coach Kevin Stefanski in a tense, closed-door meeting that quickly escalated into a shouting match. Witnesses described the exchange as heated, raw, and emotional, with Shedeur reportedly calling out what he viewed as broken promises, favoritism, and poor leadership. Moments later, he allegedly informed team executives that he wanted out, a decision that sent shockwaves through the entire NFL. For Cleveland, this isn't just another quarterback controversy. This is a nuclear moment that threatens to redefine the franchise's identity. Insiders say the confrontation happened after yet another practice in which Shedeur was denied first-team reps, despite strong performances and mounting player support. The tension had been boiling for weeks, with teammates openly questioning why the most prepared quarterback on the roster continued to be sidelined. Sources close to the situation claim that Shedeur approached Stefanski privately to discuss his role, but things went south almost immediately. Stefanski, already under immense pressure from ownership and media scrutiny, reportedly snapped when Shedeur questioned the team's direction. What followed was an explosive verbal exchange that ended with Shedeur walking out of the meeting and straight into the office of team management to file his trade request. The news hit the locker room like a grenade. Players were stunned. Some tried to convince Shedeur to reconsider, while others reportedly blamed Stefanski for pushing him too far. One veteran player told a reporter off the record, "He's been patient for months. This wasn't about ego, it was about respect." That word, respect, has become the rallying cry inside Cleveland. Because for many in the organization, this wasn't just about football. It was about trust, leadership, and accountability, the kind of things that define whether a team succeeds or collapses. Unfortunately for the Browns, the collapse seems to be already underway. And while Stefanski may have thought he could control the narrative, Shedeur's decision to take a stand has exposed the cracks that were already there. Kevin Stefanski's reaction to the trade request reportedly made things even worse. According to multiple team insiders, the head coach lost it during a follow-up team meeting, lashing out at players and staff in what's being described as an uncharacteristic outburst. Those who were present say Stefanski's frustration boiled over as he accused the media of turning players against the team and warned everyone to stay in line. But his tone didn't inspire confidence, it created fear. Several players reportedly left the meeting shaking their heads, whispering that their coach had finally cracked under pressure. The event marked a breaking point for many veterans who now believe Stefanski has completely lost control of both the locker room and his composure. Behind the scenes, the Browns' front office is in full panic mode. Ownership is scrambling to contain the fallout, while public relations teams are working overtime to control the narrative. But no amount of damage control can hide what's happening internally. The players have chosen their side, and it's not Stefanski's. Insiders say that nearly the entire offensive unit has privately rallied behind Shedeur, calling his trade demand a message that needed to be sent. One player reportedly told staff, "He didn't quit, he exposed the truth." Even some assistant coaches have allegedly voiced quiet support for the young quarterback, saying that his leadership and work ethic have outshined the veteran starters since camp. Meanwhile, the media storm outside the facility has reached a fever pitch. National sports outlets have labeled this situation as one of the most explosive player-team clashes of the decade. Social media is flooded with reactions from fans and analysts, many of whom are siding with Shedeur. The hashtag #FreeShedeur is trending across all platforms, with thousands of fans demanding that the Browns either start him or let him go. Rival teams have noticed too. Insiders confirm that the Denver Broncos, Las Vegas Raiders, and Atlanta Falcons have all made preliminary inquiries about Shedeur's availability, with at least two of those teams reportedly preparing trade offers in case Cleveland gives the green light. It's not just speculation anymore. The market for Shedeur is real, and it's growing fast. The irony is that this entire situation could have been avoided. If the Browns had simply trusted their players and listened to the locker room earlier, none of this would be happening. Instead, pride and politics have turned a potential franchise quarterback into a trade headline. And the worst part for Cleveland, every move they make now is being judged by the entire league, a league that's quickly realizing the Browns may have once again sabotaged their own future. The deeper story here isn't just about a rookie quarterback demanding a trade, it's about how leadership failure can destroy a team from within. Sources inside the Browns camp say that Stefanski's approach to handling players has long been described as rigid and out of touch. His refusal to adapt his coaching style to the personalities and strengths of his roster has caused friction for years, but the situation with Shedeur exposed just how disconnected he's become. When players start viewing the coach as the problem, it's only a matter of time before chaos takes over. And that's exactly what's happening in Cleveland right now. Multiple reports suggest that Shedeur's frustration wasn't just about playing time, it was about broken promises. When he was drafted, he was reportedly told he'd be given a fair opportunity to compete for the starting job. Instead, insiders claim the coaching staff had already predetermined the depth chart, favoring Gabriel despite his lackluster performance. Week after week, Shedeur watched as his teammates lost faith in the system, and when he finally spoke up, it turned into a public meltdown. That's not just mismanagement, that's a failure of leadership. The NFL is filled with talented players, but without trust between the locker room and the coaching staff, no team can survive. The most revealing part of this saga came from what happened after the trade request. Rather than de-escalating the situation, Stefanski reportedly ordered that Shedeur not participate in the next team practice, claiming it was to preserve focus. Players saw that as punishment, a power move that only fueled more resentment. During that same session, multiple players reportedly refused to engage fully, with one insider describing the energy as dead silent. The Browns had gone from a hopeful contender to a fractured organization overnight. Even team captains are said to be divided on how to move forward, with some pushing ownership to intervene before things spiral completely out of control. League analysts are now calling this one of the worst internal collapses in recent NFL history. It's not often that a rookie quarterback becomes the moral compass of a franchise, but that's exactly what Shedeur Sanders has done. His demand for a trade isn't just a personal move, it's a statement about accountability. It's a challenge to an outdated system that still believes fear is stronger than respect. And judging by how the players have responded, that system is losing fast. Outside of Cleveland, this story has become a lightning rod for discussion across the NFL. Former players and analysts are weighing in on what it means for the future of the league. Some call it the start of a new era, one where young athletes no longer accept being silenced by hierarchy. Others see it as a warning sign that player empowerment might be reaching a breaking point. But one thing is clear, Shedeur Sanders has sparked a conversation that extends far beyond one team. His decision to demand a trade has forced the league to confront a hard truth, that leadership can no longer be built on fear, silence, or favoritism. For rival franchises, this is an opportunity. The Broncos, Raiders, and Falcons all see Shedeur as a long-term investment, a young quarterback who brings not only skill but also star power and mental toughness. Each of those teams has struggled with consistency at the quarterback position, and Shedeur's arrival could transform their entire offensive identity. Insiders believe that the Falcons in particular are aggressively pursuing him, with early talks suggesting a package of draft picks and player trades could be in play if Cleveland agrees. Whether or not the Browns will entertain those offers remains to be seen, but the longer they wait, the worse this situation becomes for everyone involved. Meanwhile, the Browns' locker room continues to unravel. Veteran players are reportedly skipping voluntary meetings, assistant coaches are divided, and ownership is struggling to project confidence. The franchise that once marketed itself as the new Cleveland, disciplined, unified, and forward-thinking, now looks like a team lost in its own dysfunction. The timing couldn't be worse either. With the regular season looming and national scrutiny mounting, every day this situation drags on brings the Browns closer to a total collapse. One front office insider summed it up bluntly: this isn't just about one player, this is about a broken system. The irony is painful. Cleveland has spent years rebuilding its image after decades of instability, only to fall right back into chaos the moment a true leader emerged. And unless ownership steps in to make sweeping changes, whether that means firing Stefanski, promoting Tommy Rees, or renegotiating with Shedeur, the team risks losing not just a quarterback but its entire future. As it stands, the Browns are facing a reckoning unlike anything they've seen before. The Shedeur Sanders trade request has forced the organization to confront its deepest flaws, from leadership disconnect to communication breakdown. The pressure on ownership is mounting by the hour. Fans are furious, media outlets are circling, and rival teams are waiting to pounce. Cleveland's front office now finds itself with two options: make peace with Shedeur and rebuild trust, or let him go and risk another decade of being labeled the NFL's most dysfunctional franchise. Either path comes with consequences, but one thing is certain: doing nothing is no longer an option. Inside the locker room, players are standing firm. Reports say that several veterans have already told management that if Shedeur is traded, they'll reconsider their futures with the team. That's an unprecedented show of solidarity and proof that this isn't just about talent, it's about belief. Shedeur has become a symbol of what the Browns could be if they embraced change. But under the current regime, that vision feels impossible. Kevin Stefanski's leadership is hanging by a thread, and unless he finds a way to reconcile with his players and with Shedeur himself, it may already be too late. Across the league, other teams are preparing for what could be the biggest midseason trade in years. Analysts are calling it the Shedeur sweepstakes, predicting that any franchise that lands him could instantly change its trajectory. For the Browns, however, this is a nightmare scenario, one that could define their legacy for years to come. Losing a player of Shedeur's potential would be bad enough. Losing him because of ego and mismanagement, that's career-ending for coaches and executives alike. This entire saga has become more than just sports drama. It's a reflection of a modern NFL where power dynamics are shifting fast. Players are no longer staying silent when they see dysfunction, and teams that fail to adapt are being exposed in real time. The Browns had a chance to build something special with Shedeur Sanders, a leader who inspired loyalty, confidence, and unity. Instead, they let pride and politics tear it apart. And now, as rival teams circle and the city of Cleveland watches in disbelief, the franchise finds itself once again standing at the edge of collapse. For more breaking updates, insider breakdowns, and exclusive NFL coverage, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to Field Talk, where every headline gets decoded, every story gets dissected, and every truth behind the game gets revealed.